I want to talk about 2012 because everybody is, even though it's only 2011. And they say, you know, there's a great change happening anyway within ourselves and everything. It's really, it's a great change for me to talk with people on computers. That's something changed for me. And lots of people. I mean, I don't know how many millions of people there are on this YouTube thing, but I'm joining in with this, and the wind is blowing here, and the tree is blowing, and hurtling towards a number, 2012. I think some people think something's going to happen, but it's good focus, isn't it? I mean, good focus. It's just a number in the middle of nowhere. 2012, but it could signal the beginning of something as opposed to the end of the Mayan calendar. Well, everybody needs to step out of their spacesuit, don't they? Well, I suppose our skin is rather like a spacesuit, isn't it? You know, we live in here. It's beautifully made. These bodies that we've got, you know, whatever colour, shape and form, fantastic, aren't they? I mean, I'm 60 years old now, so, you know, my body I've been living in this body for 60 years, but, you know, these hands and arms and eyes and stuff like that, you know, the idea of the shape and the spacesuit shape, it's really millions of years old, and I've just sort of popped in and gone, oh, thank you, really nice spacesuit. I mean, I say spacesuit, it is in a way a spacesuit, because if I was lifted up on a rope, let's say, out into the atmosphere, I'd blow up, you know, because of the atmosphere around me. I got 15 pounds per square inch all over me, so I'm in here compressed by the air itself, and I live with you and everyone else at the bottom of the air. We live down here, you know, in this thin film, in these fantastic spacesuits. Look, mine, I can do this. I'm not quite sure how I do that, but I can do it. They say I've got nerves and blah blah blah, you know, but it doesn't say who I am. 2012 is coming. What will happen to my spacesuit? Well, I don't know, but the person in it might realize I might realize that I am in it. Spirit, I have a thing, you can't see living in here. I suppose a spacesuit is an interesting thing, because if you think of it as a spacesuit, think of those people who are on the moon, and they're walking along with Houston, you know, they're in contact with the Earth. You know, in this spacesuit, what are we in contact with? Are we in contact with anything? You know, can we detect anything? Or have we been cut off? If we were walking on the moon and we're going, Houston, hello, and there was no sound, and suddenly great air burst out of you, what would happen if you felt cut off? How would those astronauts feel if they suddenly got cut off from Houston and were just left on the moon, just sort of falling about? In a way, we can feel like that. We suddenly can feel cut off in ourselves, in our spacesuits, with no way of contacting anything. You know, we have no telephone, no nothing. It's just in 2012, maybe we suddenly realise we actually are in something, and that we can move it, and we can move together, and can find a voice, that we listen to, that is about our collective world, and that we live on this beautiful place, and our eyes will be lifted and we'll suddenly see, just like the astronauts see they're on the moon, we can see that we're on the earth. We need to liberate and open up and become something that we know we are, you and me, us, everybody. There's not anybody who is not involved in this. I'm not saying get rid of your spacesuit, but I'm saying have a perspective that knows that something in the spacesuit is universal, is here on the earth to meet and learn love. People come from all over the universe to learn love. Those people in those airplanes. Hello? Learn love. There's only one emotion, you see. There's only love. You see, love is kind of like that. Then it hits this spacesuit, this thing that lives in here. This unseen thing opens up ourselves. We are the flying thing. We go along at 67,000 miles an hour in a world that goes along at 250,000 miles an hour. That circles in 250 million years. We are on the move. The whole galaxy going in 200, well, very fast anyway. And we're discovering that the way to connect with other people is through thought. Can you pick up the thoughts and feelings of others? Can you pick up the thoughts and feelings of freedom? Can you pick up those thoughts and feelings? It's possible, isn't it? Slowly, slowly. It's taken us thousands of years to get this point. You know, there's no need for any hurry. Or is there? We can begin to really connect.